Hello, Angelo. You are listening to Sounds from the Underground with Madelin May. It is my first show of 2019, so I'm really excited to be here with you guys today and get to talking. This year, one of my resolutions that I made was to bring you guys amazing content. So, I'm starting out strong, and I have a really special guest on today, my good friend Ty. Hello, Ty.
Hello, everyone.
He is going to be talking to us about his photography and videography, and you might see him around campus. He works for RAM TV. He's definitely a huge part of the communications I was going to say department and program, and I was like, the program.
The program.
He takes a bunch of senior pictures, so you might see him around campus doing that, and makes amazing videos. So I'm really excited to interview you today.
I'm excited to be here.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah. I didn't know it was your first show of 2019. Now I feel kind of special.
Yeah, it is. You should feel special. So we got to make this a good show, Ty.
Okay, sounds
no
good.
pressure.
Yeah, no pressure at all.
So I guess one thing that's going to be different about this year, too, that I'm really excited about is to open up Sounds from the Underground to not only be musicians, but to bring people like Ty on to help us musicians connect with people like him and be able to network and work together and help each other out, because I think that's a big part that starting people need to do for sure, is kind of be able to network and connect with others.
I think in both of our fields, networking is probably one of the biggest things that I'm sure you recommend as a growing artist to younger artists, is to network, get out and meet new people and connect as much as you can, meet as many people as you possibly can. So it is a big thing.
And it's so crazy how many new people you can reach just by like retweeting something that someone else has worked with you on, or mentioning them in a Snapchat story or a Instagram story. It's crazy. You can open yourself up to a whole nother network that you may have never been able to reach. So
yeah, social media is definitely the way to go now when it comes to networking with people.
For sure. So I always start out the show and do a little bit about your background or the person I'm interviewing. So where are you from?
I'm actually from a town outside of Madelin named Tuscola. I went to Gymnet High School. So that's kind of the area that I'm from, little small town.
Small town of...
Tuscola.
What's small? Like,
I have no idea.
Because people say Rockwell's small, but there's like 600 kids in the high school, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, I graduated with like 80, 90 kids.
Oh, okay, that's pretty small.
So it's decently, it's decently small. It's not
Yeah.
the biggest town in the world.
That's cool. So you've lived in Texas your whole life, right? And
Yes, I've lived in Texas. I've moved around a little bit here and there, but I've lived in Texas my whole life.
okay, so you decided to go to Angelo State for college, and what year are you, and what is your major?
I'm a junior, but I'm actually thinking about graduating in December, trying to go up a little bit on my own. I am a communications major with a focus in film and new media, and then I have a business minor.
Awesome.
Yeah, it sounds like a ton of fun.
I feel that I'm like opposite. So I'm a business major and a communications minor, but I think those two go so well together.
Oh, yeah. It's like, yeah. You need a lot of business stuff for communications, especially if you want to do stuff in our field.
So you're a photographer. When did you start kind of taking pictures and taking photography seriously, and maybe thinking like, oh, hey, and videographer? But I feel like, did one come before the other?
Well, I actually, weird enough, I did some stuff in high school for a class, and kind of after that, I loved doing it, but I was kind of like, there's not really much money in it. Like, I really can't do much with it. So I didn't really think about it too much after that class, but probably, it's 2019, 2017, I really started picking up a camera and taking some pictures, but even at that point, I wasn't thinking, okay, I can make a job out of it. I was like, this is fun. I could buy a camera. It'd be a lot of fun to do. I took my brother's graduation pictures when he graduated, and I still wasn't 100% sure if that's what I wanted to do. And then December, I guess, of 2017, I got my first camera for Christmas. And after that, I started taking some more pictures. And once I started taking pictures, I got into the communication department. I had to make a few videos. And I was like, I've done this before. This is fun. So then I guess 2018, that full year, I spent doing video and photography. Got a lot more into video than I did photography, but I still do a lot of photography as well, and that's something I love to do. So
I think that's really great that excuse me, I think it's really great that you took the plunge because not a lot of people do. They kind of stay behind that line of fear of, I don't think I can get a job with this, or it's not going to give me a source of income enough to live off of. But I feel like now, if you're listening and you have a dream, now's the right time to chase it because you're in college, you have a little bit of free time when you're not cramming for a test, and you have some support of your family and your friends too. So
Yeah, I mean, I would say 2019 is probably the best time to do it. Like, to tell you the truth, I know 2018 was a really good year for me. It was a really good building year, but yeah, step out of your comfort zone. Go find work. There's definitely work in. There's a lot of work in my field right now. There's a lot of people I know that are trying to do this, and
Right.
so I know there's a lot of work, and I know there's a lot of people looking for it because, like I said, social media is a great way of marketing.
it is.
So there is a lot of people needing this stuff, and yeah, step out and just go do it. You have family, you have friends, find people that'll support you, and keep them next to you. And if there's people that aren't supporting you,
Kick them to the curb.
yeah, kick them. Yeah, get rid of them because you don't need them. That's if it's something you're dreaming about and something you want to follow, just do it. Get out there and do it.
I think that's a great point too, especially San Angelo is a little of a town. I mean, it's growing, but as small as it is, it's a great place to start as well because there's a lot of businesses who are owned by an older generation that need people like you guys to go in and help them gain that sort of social media exposure because they're not really sure how to do it. And so what a great time to start, like you're saying.
Oh yeah, and San Angelo's a big place for that because there are a lot of small businesses run by an older generation that isn't too sure how to work the cameras and all that stuff. There is some companies that can do it, but I feel like our younger generation is learning to do it in a different way
To
than
reach
they did. Yeah, to
our
reach
younger generation too.
Yes, to reach our younger generation.
And older, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty cool. So you brought up that you really enjoy making videos and you do enjoy photography too, but I really think that a lot of your passion goes into your videos. Do you remember the first video that you ever made?
Oh goodness. Actually, we were looking back at some YouTube videos, me and my older brother were, and we had these little flip cameras. I still have the flip camera.
I had one too.
I was trying to figure out how to get it to work a little while back, and I can't get it to work. It makes me so mad. But we
like edited the videos for you,
Yes,
right?
it was
you
awesome.
like picked a theme, like happy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, like rock hard, like metal or something like that. Yeah, it would do it all for you. It was great. I don't do that anymore. But yeah, so we found the flip camera and we looked back at some old YouTube videos that my older brother had on his page, and we made a skate video.
Oh my gosh,
And
that's
so it was
awesome.
us in like our little barn, and he was doing like grinds, and I was on the close to the ground, like
Yes,
walking
following
with it.
him.
Yeah, following him, trying to make it look as cinematic as possible. Now that I look back at it, I'm just like, yeah, what was I doing?
That's so funny.
But no, it was hilarious. He sent it to me one day, and I was like, oh, that's so funny. I didn't even know these existed.
Yeah.
Like, so that was the first video I probably created that was just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, professionally, I have no idea. Like, I'm actually trying to think about that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's really cool. And I think it's good to have the videos that, or anything that you create to kind of look back on. I mean, I can't even talk. We worked on the documentary together that we're covering for my music, and we even looked at all of my old songbooks, and it was pretty embarrassing for me. I mean, it was pretty funny for you, but I was
It made
laughing
for some good
too.
content, though.
It did.
So.
It did. Tearjerkers. For my mom. But
Yeah.
but it's good to have those things that we started with, because then I feel like it grounds us in a way, but it also, you can see how far you've come and how much passion you've like put into even the first video. Like for you to be on the ground following him, like that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like having those old videos to look at, because then I look at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I really did like it back then. Like, I really did love it. Like, why is this something that I didn't stick with when I was 13, 14, 15?
Oh my gosh,
like,
I think about that too.
It's crazy. It's weird to think about.
It is. And so, is there one video that you've made that you're super proud of that maybe didn't get the exposure that you wish you would have, but people should go and watch it right now?
Ooh. I'm really proud of all my wedding videos. Like, those are something that I really work hard on, and I put a lot of time into, and I put a lot of money into, and I try to make those as best as I possibly can.
Mm-hmm. You even travel, like, 2 people, and
Yes.
they waited, like, hours to film,
Yeah.
which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, I think the farthest one I've had in, like, one day was I mean, one day, this is like traveling there and back. It's 3 hours each way, and I was there for 13 hours.
Oh my gosh.
That wedding video actually turned out real well. That was Tyrell and Anna's, which if you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's on my YouTube. Just type in Ty Stewart. Yeah. But no, yeah. But I mean, all my wedding videos, I take a lot of pride in those because that's something that I do for someone that'll last forever. They'll watch it
Right.
many times, and I love getting those messages back from couples and saying, "Oh my gosh, like I love this. I've watched it like 20 times," and I'm just like, "Thank goodness
Yeah.
you don't hate it." Like, you know, it's just it's one of those things that it's nice to hear. So.
That's awesome. And I know that when we started working together, I'd asked you, like, why do you make videos? Why do you take pictures? And we were kind of talking, and you were like, one thing that stuck to me was the fact that you were like, I want to help people express themselves. I want to help people show their story and get the things that maybe everyone can't see and help them, like, illuminate that to the world. And I think that is so amazing, and especially like wedding, anything. So contact Ty because he is awesome. If you're listening and you're an artist, if you're a musician, if you're just a person with a story and you want someone to bring it to life, I guess, Ty is an amazing person to do that.
I mean, that's one of the things I love to do. I love finding those hidden little stories that maybe you're a little scared to bring out of, and you don't really want to, like, do it in certain ways, and you're kind of one of those people that's sitting on the sideline not kind of waiting on your chance to step out and do it full time or something like that. I like hearing those stories, or I like hearing heart-impacting stories that can really get out there, and that's something I like to share with people because you never know when someone will watch that video and it'll impact their life.
Yes.
And I love that aspect of it.
And it's such a great way to, because we can sit and talk. I mean, you can sit down with someone and inspire them just by having a conversation. But if you make a video and it goes viral, like, you can touch so many people and inspire so many people with that. And the same with music. Like, if you write a song and it's on the radio, or, you know, you put it on Facebook, and even if it impacts 3 people or 4 people like it, you know, maybe you did one thing that day to help someone, which I think is so cool.
I mean, there's definitely some songs that have impacted me over my lifetime, so I can
Same.
definitely agree with that one.
So I kind of have a couple more questions. I know time is flying, so let's see. I'm going to hit the ones that are probably going to be a good way to end it. But so what motivates you? I guess we kind of talked about this, to keep doing what you're doing. I know there's hard days where you're like, oh my gosh, 13-hour days, or oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm getting exactly what this person wants. That's what I would be nervous about.
Yeah.
But what keeps you going, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some hard days. There's some days that I wake up and one of the last wedding videos I did, I woke up for a few days and didn't feel good. And you have to be creative to edit a video, and it's really hard. It's really hard to wake up and be like, okay, I'm going to edit this video, but I don't have any creativity going on in my head right now because I don't feel good. I can't think straight.
Yeah.
And that's one of the hardest things that I have had to kind of get through. I didn't really realize it or think about it when I started this business, but it's very hard to wake up and try to be creative when you're not feeling creative at all.
Yeah.
And I mean, one of the biggest things that keeps me going is just, I mean, the people that I'm doing it with. I love meeting the couples. I like talking to the couples, and I like getting to know them because it really shows me who they are, and it shows me why I'm doing this video. I mean, it's obviously I'm getting paid to do it, but it's better to know the couple and do it for the couple than just for the money, because it's for them and it's about their day. And
Right.
that's something that I kind of, or like our documentary, I've gotten to know you pretty well,
Yeah.
especially through your family, and it makes me want to do it more just because I know you and your family more than for a grade, you know? Like
Right.
the grade doesn't even, I don't really care about the grade anymore. Like it's all about that. So
I'm so excited about that. And that's a great segue into my next question. So I'm glad you brought that up, because I really wanted to ask you, I know when I first started music, there was always a dream in the back of my head to shoot a music video or to share a story and to kind of have that 3D aspect of a song I'm writing. Thank you, my dad, for coining that term. But what is your advice to someone who's kind of just starting and they have that dream from a point of view from a photographer or videographer, what should be some of the steps that they should take to make that happen?
I mean, like we were talking about reaching out earlier and networking. That's what I would recommend doing. I mean, there are a lot of people out there that are starting photography and videography, and at the beginning, obviously, when you start out, you can't charge a lot of money, or maybe sometimes absolutely nothing. Like, I know people that have done wedding videos for zero, just because they want the experience. Find those people. Find those people that are starting out. Find those people, or I mean, if you want a good quality, obviously, reach out to other people. There are a lot of video people and photographers in your town, doesn't matter where you're at, that want business, that want to do work, no matter what you are and what you do.
Right.
They love the content and they love doing it. So reach out to those people. Don't be afraid to do that.
I think that's good. And also, there's so many places on campus to go. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I didn't even know about the communications program. And Jennifer, actually, I went up to her because she was wearing a Ram radio shirt, and I was like, hey, man, like, I didn't say that, but I was like, hey, do you guys play students' music on the radio if they have their own music? And she was like, yeah, but we need DJs. And I was like, oh, it's not me. Fast forward to now.
Yeah.
But I think that
like
definitely.
on her shit right now, so.
Flashback. So I think definitely come and talk to people like you. Come and talk to the communications program. Don't be afraid to, or feel like you don't have a story or it's not good enough or you're not at the right point, because I think there's always some kind of content that you can get, and it helps to brainstorm with other people.
Oh yeah.
I mean, when I was first after the music video and I was like, hey, I have these other songs, like, hee,
Yeah.
we should definitely, I want to make a video of them. And you were like, oh, well, I have to do this. So do you want to make this your video? And I was like, heck yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you're like 100% not expecting that at all.
I wasn't.
You like threw it out there. You're like, oh, I kind of want to explain to people why I'm switching to music. And I was like, yeah, let's do a video. And you're like, wait, what? Like,
I know,
we're about to
like,
do this? And I was like, yeah, we are.
Yeah, so it's definitely helpful to talk to people. And I mean, we didn't really know where we were going to take it, but I think that's the beauty of it too, because it just kind of like takes itself.
We just ran with it. We just kind of went. We just did. So. Yeah,
so people out there, don't be afraid to just start.
Yeah, don't be afraid to reach out to people, because that's the one way. I mean, if you don't reach out to anyone, you're not going to get anywhere. That's the gist of it. You can't sit back on the sidelines and do nothing and expect something from it.
True.
Some hard work takes to get in there.
Determination, crossing that line. We're about to start basketball, and I just pictured someone like sitting on the sidelines, and then like the whistle blowing, and then being called in, and they're like, oh. Yeah. You just got to get in the game.
I want to score 20 points today, but I'm going to sit on the bench. Like, doesn't work.
Right?
So.
Okay, so to close it out, let's do a little bit of a plug for you, because I think people need to see your content and what you're doing and how to follow you. Yes, a shameless plug.
I mean, if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is Ty Studios Photography. Looking to get a different name because I do a lot more video stuff than photography. But for right now, that's what it is. And on Facebook, it's Ty Stewart Photography. And I actually don't have a website up right now, which is something that I need to do. That's one of the steps I need to take to reach more people.
Don't sit on the sidelines.
Yeah, don't sit on the sidelines. Can't shoot the three if you're not in the game. So. No, yeah, but I mean, y'all should definitely give me a follow if y'all have senior pictures. If you're graduating sometime soon, definitely shoot me a message. We'll get something set up. I do have a decently busy schedule, but I would love to work with you guys. I don't really care where you're at in your walk with anything. If you're just now starting out, if there's potential there, then I'm glad to work with you.
And Ty's really nice, so don't be scared.
I can't be.
True. I'm just kidding. So yeah, thank you all so much for listening. I usually close it out with like a piece of advice that someone has said to you that has stuck in your head. I know we've given a lot of advice on this show, but it's been a good 2019 show. So is there like one line or a couple that you're like, take this with you?
I mean, I'm trying to think of something. I honestly don't know. I mean, I know there's been a couple when people have talked to me, they kind of say, like, if someone's, like, putting you down in what you're doing, get rid of them. Like, you don't need that negativity in your life, and that's something that I've had to learn throughout the years. If there's something that there's a friend that is kind of putting me down, not getting me where I'm going, you don't need them in your life.
Right. That's
hard. Which is a hard thing to do, especially if you've known the person for a long time, but it's something you have to do if you want to follow your dreams.
That's very true. And I completely agree. And I think it's hard in the moment, but then looking back, it's like, all right, probably good for both of you that happened. So,
Yeah.
All right, Ty, thank you. I guess we have a couple of minutes. Do you want to do a speed question?
Sure.
I just pulled this out of nowhere, so.
A little scared.
Okay.
You can't see me, but I lean back a little bit. 'Cause
I know, he
I'm
looks
a little worried.
scared.
Speed questions. Ugh.
All right, what's the last movie you saw?
Oh, I have no idea. Oh, Aquaman. No, yeah, Aquaman, I think.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was really good.
Okay. I'm good. What's the last book you read?
Don't ask me that question.
That's me. I'm I
I
don't
don't know the last. I mean, I read some scripture the other night out of the Bible that counts,
Okay,
but it's not the
that
full
counts.
full book, obviously. But
That's okay. What's the last TV show you binge watched?
binge watch.
Mhm. Or I guess
How I
just
Met Your
watched.
Mother.
Oh, good one.
Yeah, I watched the full 7 seasons or something like that in a couple. Let's not
That's
talk
when
about
you
it.
weren't
I promise.
busy.
Yeah, I promise I'm busy now.
What's the last album you listened to?
Album that I listened to. Oh, the full album all the way through.
I guess
Parker McCollum.
yes.
Yeah, his new.
He's
What is the new album?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know.
Start with Let.
Is it?
What that? I don't know.
I know it's his face, 2 of his faces. I'm about to look it up now. He's coming out with new music.
Oh gosh,
I'm so excited.
guys, we traveled to Rockwell and we
Oh my
drove in the
gosh.
same car, and I'm pretty sure we listened to Parker McCollum the whole time. And
Yeah.
Parker McCollum, he has a lot of songs, but not enough songs to cover 5 hours worth of
No,
driving.
probably wrong. That's what it's
Yeah.
called.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it was a good drive.
Hey, it was. I had fun. We listened to the same song maybe 3 or 4 times, but it was fun.
By the 4th time, I was like, yeah, jamming.
I'm still lit right now. Like we're having fun.
The Oreo jerky. We don't have to talk about that on the show.
I can't believe you're gonna eat that.
Right?
Right.
Okay. Last game you played.
Like video game,
Yes.
Battlefield 5.
Hmm.
Yeah, good game. Go play.
Last song you danced to.
I don't really dance.
I didn't make these questions, so.
Oh, I was like, you know this, or you should at least.
Madelin May's album. Go listen to it on Spotify.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck, Madeline May. That's the last song I danced to. Yeah. Your lunch break.
I feel like we have to tell that story.
I mean, we can. Do we have enough time to?
Yeah, it's 56, so we
Alright,
have a
cool.
couple minutes.
You want to tell it? Because I mean,
So, this documentary that we keep bringing up, I keep hitting the microphone. So
hopefully
I'm sorry.
it'll be out in the next few. I mean, it has to be out by May, so it'll definitely be out in between there. So like, you keep hearing about it, and you're like, "Where's this thing at?" That's where it's at. Okay.
We're hyping you up right now.
Yeah,
But-
getting you ready for a few months.
Yes, but it's gonna be awesome. Ty was so amazing to do it, and I kind of threw a lot at him because there was a lot of people that inspired me in my life and on my musical journey. So like you said, we went back to Rockwell and interviewed a handful of those amazing people, and one of them was my guitar teacher, and she, Miss Karen, shout out to you. She's pretty cool. I would go to her a lot to get advice on different songs, and then she would be like, oh yeah, that sounds good, or change this or that. Anyway, so I went back to her and I was like, I'm kind of doing a Texas country style now. And I have this song, and it's called Dear Lynchburg, which is probably one of my favorites.
So it's a great song.
Thank you.
Like I recorded her singing it on my video.
Was
and
that the first time you heard it?
Yeah, that was the first time I heard it, and like I literally put it into Premiere and like listened to it, and like I didn't have any problem with it trying to color edit it and all this stuff because I was sitting there and color grade it, because I was sitting there listening to it. Great song.
Aw,
Okay,
thank
just saying.
you. Hopefully that'll be one that we can like record.
I
and-
really hope so, because it's a really good song. Okay,
Thank you.
sorry.
Anywho, so we're going, and I'm like singing her this song, and she's kind of playing along and really listening to the words. And then at the end, like, we're all just kind of sitting there, and then she's like, you know what, Maddie? I really thought that you said the song was called Dear Lunch Break. And I was like,
I love how she was like sitting there like listening to the whole song.
the whole song.
And then afterwards, she was like, "Oh yeah, this is it called Dear Lunch Break?" And you're just like, "Oh, that's a good idea, though."
I know. And then on the way home, I was like writing a song called Dear Lunch Break. And I think I said Dear Lynchburg like 7 times.
Oh, yeah.
In the song. Like,
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
by
you-
the 7th, she was like, "Oh, it's Dear Lynchburg."
She was like, "Oh, it's not lunch break. Okay." We know what was on her mind that day. She's a little hungry.
She was.
She's like, "Lunch break sounds good."
Yep. All right, we're done.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I hope y'all have a great day today. Come back and listen next Friday at 11:30. I think I'm going to have a musical guest on. They're going to do a live performance, so it's going to be pretty awesome. If you're out there and you need someone, if you're just joining, or you want to know again, follow Ty, contact him on social media if you want to work with him. He's a great photographer, amazing videographer. You can follow him at
Ty Stewie's Photography on Instagram and Ty Stewart Photography on Facebook.
Yes, or come to the communication program. I'm going to say the program.
The program.
Come to the communication.
I'm usually in there, or someone will have some way of contacting me.
Yes, thank you. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
All right, y'all have a great day, and take those chances that you're too scared to take. It's 2019.